I love video games. But they seem so overrated. I mean, you're telling me this is all there is to it? Dang, I didn't know that's what that button did.
Splash screens are those little animations or pictures before you actually start a game. Like, you navigate to the game you want to play and whoa, slow down there, Eminem's Kart Racing, you're making me a little too excited. I guess that's kind of stretching it though. Out of the book, a splash screen just means a little logo or animation that plays before any type of software to notify the user that it's loading. And that definition doesn't really apply to some of these examples, but they apply well enough, so here we are. But what was the first console to have a unique thingy splash screen for each game? Well, on the original DS, each game had a unique icon alongside its title and developer. And that was really it. But on the DSi, most DSiWare games and software apps had animated icons. But those weren't so special as well. They were as good as the Wii save data icons. But developers sure can do a lot with a simple animation or picture. Oh wait, the Wii! The Wii is probably the most unique one here. After getting into the main menu, you would see all these little channels in a 4x3 layout. And each game had its own little icon in the channel menu. These were always really simple, just playing like a dinky animation with the game logo showing up, of course. But once you clicked on the menu, that was a different story. Oh, wrong one. These are called channel banners. They consist of a unique animation with a jingle or looping music. The developers wanted to do that, of course. I think I accidentally made this in Google Slides once. So with all of these, the customization was all up to the developers. Either they can make it look good, or they don't. But it didn't really matter. If you played a game via the SD card menu, you would only be able to view the channel banner for like 4 seconds before it forced you into the game. And this was after a long progress bar too. Like, it just fades to black, and I'm wondering if it's gonna say that the system files are corrupted. Oh, but with the help of Homebrew and an app called Customize Me, you can make your own little channel banners in the .wad file format. I chose Miralax. And that's all I have to say for Wii splash screens. But the best channel banner is Let's Tap. That shit looks like a music video. The 3DS had something kind of similar. They did away with the animated icons, unless of course it was a DSi game, but there were 3D banners that kinda took the place of them. Once you highlighted pretty much anything, you would get a little 3D loop and animation plus a jingle. These weren't as thorough as the Wii ones though. A little secret though is that if you blew into the mic, the animation would speed up. Neat. But still, developers had to choose to make their banners look good. If they wanted, they could just choose a 2D image plus a jingle, and then that was it. It was a little bit similar to the PSP splash screens. Each time you highlighted a game, the background would change to some artwork that relates to the game or something. Sometimes there was custom music, and sometimes they animated the game icon like the Parappa the Rapper port. There could also be little info panels that gave details about the game, but these were mostly the PS1 ports or PSP minis. Now these were cool, they're kinda like the Wii ones.
Oh, speaking of the Wii, let's see how the Wii U is doing.
That was it? Just a still picture and music?
Oh crap, we're downgrading. Quick, what's the Nintendo Switch one look like? Well, that's just lazy.
But wait, what about the 3DS's main competitor, the PS Vita? Once you clicked on an icon, you would get this neat paper thing with a custom picture. There wasn't any custom music, but you could view the manual and stuff with these top buttons, and if the developers chose to, they could add extra buttons in places. Most of the times they were just buttons that would open up specific pages in the web browser, but that's okay because the Vita has the best web browser out of any console, no argument. Sometimes buttons could start the game up at different points or something, and if you scroll down you would see some weird thing called activities, although I don't have a PlayStation Network account so I don't really know what it is. Well, I guess that's every console that has relatively interesting splash screens.
But wait, what about the Gizmodo? Did that have any unique splash screens?
Well, I wish I knew, but now the website is owned by someone who talks about their cool LED watch collection. And I don't want to talk about a console that has a game called Sticky Balls on it. Also, who said that?